Hi, and thanks for watching tonight's mini lesson for homework. So, we've been talking about informational writing, and our end product is going to be either a book or a blog or some sort of product piece that we create. The format we'll be able to talk about more on Friday, tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but when I see you next Friday. So, once information writers have narrowed down their topic and thought about a little bit about their audience and purpose, like what it is that you're trying to do in your informational book or writing, then they consider what their end product will be like. And one way they do this is today's mini lesson. Information writers make a plan for how their books could go. One way they do this is by creating a table of contents for their work, determining the chapters that could go in their books or their pieces. So, as you know, I am working on my piece is about the game Civilization Revolution, and I'm thinking today when I was working, I was figuring out, what exactly, how do I want to write this? How do I want to narrow it? Do I want it just to be a how-to, a manual, what I want to do? And I think I've narrowed it down to a guide to civilization, to Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. And then I have the subtitle called Civilopedia Unleashed. So I'm playing with some titles, and my format ideas are either maybe a pamphlet, like how you get in the when you get your video game, there's like that little info thing in the front cover. Well, I'm either thinking it's like that, or maybe it's a blog website, because I really like that as a way to maybe reach a bigger audience, and I could continue to kind of add to it as I go. Or maybe a bound book, because those are pretty cool. And so I don't know, I'm still playing with the format. And my audience I'm thinking about are myself, because often when I play, the main reason I'm writing it is so that I have like this reference guide to go back to figure out, okay, if I am the Zulus, then, do they get +1 warrior movement first, or do they get no anarchy, or I can't even remember them. So it's for me to keep some things straight in my head that will help me strategize better when I play the game. So, my table of contents, the thing that you have to think about is the order that you're going to order your information in. So what I did is I looked back at my web, and I'm going to zoom in a little. I looked back at my web, and then I kind of figured out how I thought the order should go. So my first chapter is why you should play, because I feel like, as I was talking to some of you today, I felt like a lot of you maybe didn't know about the game and would be excited about the game. And then chapter 2 is all the different people or countries that you can be. And I wanted to post the positives and negatives of each country. Chapter 3, so that was chapter 2. Chapter 3 is how to win each type of victory. So there's 4 victories, and I wanted to go in, I guess it would kind of be my opinion about like how you have to play the game differently if you're going to win a domination, culture, technology, or economic victory. Couldn't remember that last one. And chapter 4 is strategies for building great civilizations and cities, more specifically, like, technologies that you should do in the order, and should you make your city a production city or more of a culture city, and kind of strategies. Chapter 5, I thought it would be cool to write about the creator of the video game, and his name is Sid Meier. I don't remember how to spell it. I don't know anything about him, so I would have to do a little bit of research to look him up, but I think it would be cool to have him in there, and for me just to learn more about him. So we're going to do a little bit of research with this writing, not a ton, so that I think is manageable. And then chapter 6, maybe I would have, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that kind of fits, and I would lump into chapter 6, maybe, if I even have it. But it's like stuff about the game of the week, about choosing a random, like there's a feature where you can just get a random civilization, country, On my computer, on my PlayStation, when I hit the triangle button, sometimes that freezes the game, and I'm wondering if that's like a bug in the system, and if they have fixed that, and why haven't they? And so but I don't know. It's kind of all this mishmash in the last chapter, so I don't even know if I would have that. So, anyways, that's what I'm thinking right now. So tonight, I want you just to think about maybe your topic. And if you haven't narrowed it down, you really need to try to narrow it down to what you're going to write about, so that tomorrow in class, your job will be to think about how you would organize your book into chapters. And even if you're not going to do a book, like I might not do a book, I really think I'm leaning towards doing like a blog, because that excites me to have that wider audience. I still want you to try this chapters, because I think it would be a good, like this, even if I don't do chapters, I'm going to have, like these would be blog posts, or each of these would be a section of my website. So I think it's important for you to think about how you're going to organize and what information you're going to include, and the order that you think those things should go in. So that's what I want you to try to do tomorrow in class during Writer's Workshop. You'll also have a little bit of time for Reader's Workshop, so make sure you bring your book. Thanks for having me in your house. I hope you have a good night, and I'll see you on Friday.